Hey guys, Flipataku, and today I am reviewing the newly released Smashed by Junji Ito. This is 400 pages of Ito at his best, and I wasn't planning on binging this all in one day. I was planning on reading maybe a quarter of it or half of it, but I ended up sitting down and just reading straight through. And I want to get my thoughts to you guys while it's still fresh in my brain. So, as I've stated before, Ito, I think this is the first book of Ito's that I'm actually reviewing for the channel. But overall, Ito is one of my favorite mangaka of all time. He doesn't scare me, but I like how creative his stories are. And even though I don't get scared very easily, there is a sense of dread in his stories that you can just feel, and it's really thick. It's like almost like it's in the air. You can cut it with a knife. So I do enjoy his stories for that. And in this book, there are 13 short stories, and about 3 of them are actually connected, and that's the middle 3 stories. So the first handful of stories, I don't want to say they're throwaway stories, but they are very short. They're not as enjoyable as the rest of the book, but I still thought they were really cool. The first story is about a girl who's dealing with anorexia, and she meets a boy who wants to be her friend, and it turns out that this guy is letting vampire bats suck the blood out of him, and in the middle of the night, they go into her room and give her his blood. Just the fact that Ito comes up with this stuff is really cool. There's another one of the throwaway. I'm saying throwaway, but I think they're good. About a haunted river, and that one was probably my least favorite of the bunch. And then it gets into the middle section where it's about this traveling haunted house, and you pay 100,000 yen, I believe is what it was, or yeah, 100,000 yen, and you're guaranteed to get scared. And everyone is like, "That's a ripoff." And he goes, "You go in, you pay me, you go in, and if you aren't scared, I'll give you your cash back." And the guy runs out screaming. The boys investigate, and it turns out that this guy has like magic powers, and he's kind of controlled his family since a very young age. So it tells that story, and then it tells the story from the bad guy from that story's point of view, and then it tells us a story from when he was a kid, with this cat that he falls in love with. And then it gets into a couple other short stories. One is about a song that is very haunting, and it gets stuck in your brain. One story is about a comedy duo that has these spirits that come and tickle you and make you laugh until you die or go insane. But when you die, you have this grin on your face. It's really creepy. And then the title story, Smashed, which is about this nectar that's so tasty that people can't stop eating it, but out of nowhere their bodies just get smashed. And if you know Junji Ito's art, the one thing I am very critical about Ito is that all of his male and female characters look very similar. The main characters that are boys and girls in his stories tend to look like every single main boy and girl in all of his books, which is fine. But what he succeeds at is making stuff really grotesque looking. The details in the backgrounds, you actually get like a skyline, you get details on the housing, and I'm really appreciating that, because right now I'm reading a series, Bokurano, for review, and there's a lot of just faces with white panels, and that's fine, but going from that to this, which is superbly detailed art, is just awesome. And if you're familiar with these short story collections, each short story begins with it looks like an old 1950s, 1960s movie poster, and I would love to maybe get like a wall collage of a bunch of those. Overall, out of the short stories, this might be my favorite Ito short story. I really liked Frankenstein a lot. I liked Shiver. Fragments of Horror was the one I was least hot on, but I don't know if it's just because it's brand new or what, but this is a phenomenal book. I highly recommend it. It's priced at $22.99, which I think for what you're getting over 400 pages, 13 short stories of Ito at his best. And I don't know if it's just me or what, But Ito seems to, his art, I don't know when these were published in Japan relative to his other works, but it seems like his artwork is just getting better and better. Like the jump from Shiver to Frankenstein was really good, and now Frankenstein to this. Some of my favorite all-time panels are in this book from Junji Ito. My favorite Junji Ito panels. I just need, the only stuff I haven't really read yet is Dissolving Classroom and the cat manga. I'm not a cat guy, so I don't know how I'm gonna really feel about that. But man, Ito is very consistent. There's a lot of manga, you know, that will either have like one series I really like and then a couple other, you know, a couple duds. But every book of his I really enjoyed. Even though it doesn't scare me, I could see how you could get scared. Ito is definitely the master of the page turn, where you're reading and you want to know what happens next. And that's how I ended up binging this whole book in pretty much one day. So let's flip the cover. I mean, let's flip the camera over. We'll take a look at the build of the book and some of the art on the inside for the first couple pages. I'm not going to spoil too much, but if you don't want to see any artwork at all, I highly suggest just turning it off right now. Ito is the one mangaka I will say that whenever a new book comes out, I do not skim through it. If I'm at Barnes & Noble or if a new book comes in, I usually, you know, flip through it and check out some of the pages on the inside. But with Ito, I go in completely blind and I just enjoy the ride. And it's crazy how Ito is consistently turning out these stories. And even when I don't thoroughly enjoy the short story, I still can appreciate it. He's very inventive when it comes to his writing. He's some of his ideas like the comedy duo, and then you get stuff like the idea about the nectar that's so sweet that out of nowhere something happens and your body just gets smashed. And Viz has been really knocking it out of the park with these. I was a little disappointed when Vertical put out the 2 books that they did from Ito and they weren't hardcover. Viz has definitely spoiled us with these awesome Ito books. We have Uzumaki, Tome, Gyo, Shiver, Frankenstein, and Fragments of Horror, all from Viz, and these beautiful hardcovers. And for the price, relatively decently priced, you're definitely getting your bang for your buck on this one. I think this one's a little bit more expensive than Frankenstein and Shiver. I could be wrong, though. But it seems like every year we get 1, maybe 2 Ito books, and it's like a guaranteed thing that I look forward to. And I know at the end of this year, we are getting Ito's version of No Longer Human. So I'm sure all of you who are manga fans know how sought after No Longer Human that was put out by Vertical is. I did own it previously, and it's a little bit overhyped, but I'm excited to see what Ito can do with it. I think his art style and his writing style would fit that perfectly. So, but yeah, let's flip the camera over and check out the book. All right, guys, so here is the front. And I don't know if you can tell the detail right there. It looks like this was originally painted on a canvas, and I really love that. And after noticing that detail, I would love to own a piece of Ito artwork on canvas. You got this nice embossed Smash, the Junji Ito story collection. You get the spine, kind of similar to everything else that they've been doing with the short story collections there. You know, when the first one came out, which I believe was Fragments of Horror, Shiver, I was a little upset that they didn't match the spines of Tome, Gyo, and Uzumaki, but those are more cohesive stories, and these are just kind of short stories. So right here we get 13 chilling nightmares presented by the master of horror. Try not to be noticed when you eat the secret nectar. I'm not going to read all that, but so let's open it up here. Now, this is a glue binding, and the book is really tight. My copy was super tight, and I had to loosen it up a lot, which is actually good. I would rather have a tight book than a super loose book. I'm sure there's a joke in there for people. But yeah, right here, so we get Blood-Sucking Darkness, Ghost of Primetime, Roar, Earthbound, Death Row Doorbell, The Mystery of the Haunted House, Suichi's version, Suichi's Beloved Pet, and Mirror Valley, which actually, Mirror Valley was really fun to read. A really cool concept. I Don't Want to Be a Ghost, also another cool concept, Library Vision, Splendid Shadow Song, and the title book, or the title of the book, smashed. So right here, that's what I'm talking about. I would love to have that on a shirt or maybe a poster, especially this one. This one's really good. But you know, typical Ito girl with a big old 5 head. You know, raining blood. Why is it raining blood? Why she got these little sores all over her? Let's flip through. Let's kind of fast forward. There's a really nice double spreaded page. Yeah, right there. Look at that. See, and you're just reading. You're just going along. You look and you notice that she's looking up. He's fixated on something, and then you turn and it's all these bats. Pretty awesome page turn. Now there is one panel in here in particular that was pretty gruesome, and it's of a kid's face. Oh, I think I passed it. Is it? Yeah, right there. Look at that. Oh man, Ito. Nobody does this like Ito. Ito is phenomenal when it comes to this. But yeah, I don't want to show too much more because, you know, these stories are pretty short. Some of them are like less than 10 pages a piece, so I don't want to skim through too much. I just want to show off some of the artwork. But yeah, guys, let me know. Are you guys picking this up? Are you guys enjoying? Do you guys like Ito? What's your favorite Ito work? My favorite Ito work overall, not short story stuff, is probably Uzumaki. I thought the idea of spirals being chilling or scary was stupid, and I ended up being fixated on the book. And if you guys want to see me more, oh, sorry for the camera shake. If you guys want to see me review more horror stuff, let me know. I have read a bunch of horror stuff, and I'll probably be doing one for Dissolving Classroom here shortly. But my next reviews are going to be Bokurano, and the Blam, the Electro Fissures Escape, the manga adaptation of the Netflix anime adaptation of the manga. So, but yeah, anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, and comment, like, and subscribe. I try to be very active in the comment sections and talk to anybody. I am going to be having a Gunpla how-to video soon, like how to get started with it. But yeah, this has been Flip Otaku, and I'll see you guys next time.